So you want to guarantee that you aren't making any mistakes with your new Leopard Gecko. My name is Kyle, and this is my happy, healthy Leopard Gecko Dragon. Before I got him, I spent ages researching what I needed to do in order to make sure that nothing went wrong. I'm here to save you time with my top 10 beginner mistakes with taking care of a Leopard Gecko. The first mistake that beginners make when getting a new gecko is handling their gecko on the first week they bring it home, alright? After that first week, you're chilling, okay? But if you bring it home and you start playing with him, he's gonna get stressed out, he's not gonna like you anymore, alright? So when you first bring home your gecko, let it explore its new environment for the first week. Let's say you bought him on Friday, bring him home, put him in his tank. You gotta wait all the way until the next Friday to be able to handle your gecko. Alright, otherwise it's gonna stress out. The second mistake that beginners make when getting a Leopard Gecko is buying an enclosure that opens from the top. In other words, one that has a lid. The thing is Leopard Geckos are ground-based reptiles that don't climb, and their predators attack from above, like foxes and snakes and other large reptiles. So show your Leopard Gecko buddy that you're its friend by having it in an enclosure that opens outward. This way, you can feed and pick it up from its own elevation. The third mistake that beginners make, getting more than one gecko per enclosure. Alright, here's the thing, you're a beginner, right? So just get one. Alright, if you get two males, they're gonna fight. If you get two females, they might fight. And if you get a male and a female, well, I'll let you figure that one out. Alright, just get one. The fourth mistake is buying an enclosure that's the size of 10 gallons or smaller. Here's the thing, most kits that are 10 gallons are going to have a picture of a leopard gecko on them. However, that is not the proper size for an adult leopard gecko. What you're going to want to do is get a 20 size gallon tank. This allows for a greater temperature gradient as well as more room for your gecko to walk around. Alright, it's perfect. The fifth mistake, stressing out. Alright, don't stress, dog. Listen, you're watching an instructional, educational video like this one right now. That means that you're doing all the things that you can to be a good owner. Alright, you're doing great. You got this leopard gecko, or you're going to get this leopard gecko in order to fill up your soul. Alright, so why stress out? That's like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing right now. Savvy? The sixth mistake, ignoring supplements. You must feed your gecko supplements if you want them to live. Okay, leopard geckos desperately need calcium. So much, in fact, that you should keep a bowl of calcium inside your tank at all times. So if they ever feel malnourished, they can just waltz all over there and lick it up and fill up their tummy with calcium. You also want to feed your gecko general vitamins. Coat your worms with general vitamins every once in a while. If you want to learn more about supplements, check out my leopard gecko guide. The seventh mistake that people make is feeding your gecko without using a unique noise. Pavlov taught us that classical conditioning is a very powerful tool. So every time you go to feed your gecko, make a cool noise. So what I do personally is I take these things that I used to feed him with. I grab the worms and I give it, but first I go like this. Alright, I make a little noise. This lets him know, hey dragon, it's feeding time. And he comes out of his little hide and he's like, what? The eighth mistake, not having enough hides. Typically, you want 3 hides per enclosure. A cold hide, a warm hide, and a humid hide for shedding. However, the more the merrier. So if you got a larger tank, just sprinkle way more. For example, in this 40 gallon I have right here, I have 7 hides. And I also have stuff coming over the top. The more hides you have, the more confident your leopard gecko is going to feel to come out and say hi. Ninth mistake, feeding your gecko waxworms or superworms. These feeders are very delicious and very fattening. You would not raise a child on ice cream and soda. They would never want to eat anything else. So, keep your gecko on a strict, healthy diet of mealworms. And the 10th mistake that beginner gecko keepers make is not including a humid hide in your enclosure. Serious problems can occur if your gecko can't shed properly. Your leopard gecko could lose toes because of the skin getting wrapped around the toes and causing it to lose circulation, and pop, there it goes. Alright, not enough blood going there because it couldn't shed properly. So, what you want to do is get an enclosure like this one. Alright, one that has a floor. And then you're going to want to put a wet paper towel at the bottom. This will make the enclosure very humid. You'll always ensure that your gecko has a place to go when it needs to shed. Now, be sure to do plenty more research on leopard geckos. They are little bundles of joy. Fun fact, leopard geckos are crepuscular. This means that they are awake during the dawn and dusk of the day. This allows them to avoid diurnal predators and nocturnal predators. The more you know. Thanks for watching.